Hello, this is Maxwell with End Time Vigilance, and I'm bringing you news from the South Indian Ocean Division of the SDA Church. So, this news is about a gala that took place there, and I don't know when we started having galas as the SDA Church, but this apparently they had a gala night, and the dress code was not according to standard, according to God's people, which goes to show that we are actually losing the values as a church because we are now following the world in terms of dress code, in terms of how we do our things. And now, if there is no separation between the world and what we do, people would not think to come to us or to come to the church because the church would just be the same as the world. So the church should be a place where people go whenever they are tired of the world. So this is SDA Youth in South Africa. That's in South Africa at the Interconference Summer Camp meeting in 2025 exactly, which was this month actually, January 2025, and this was a gala night. Now, looking at the way that people are dressing here, you would not differentiate these people from the world. And for most of the guys, they were actually dressed very well for the men. However, for the women, most of them, you could see the dress code that was portrayed here. And I don't know how they allowed it to be filmed. At least if you do something like this, you would rather just hide it and do it in a place where it is not being filmed. But in this case, it was filmed and everyone was able to see it, which goes to remind me of what the Bible says in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 23, verses 38. It says, I will read from the King James Version, and the Bible reads in the King James Version says, Moreover, this they have done unto me. They have defiled my sanctuary, and on the same day they have profaned my Sabbaths. So people are defiling the sanctuary of God, which is the body. Normally, first of all, should be the sanctuary. Secondly, the place of worship or the place of gathering, where two or three are gathered in the name of the Lord, His presence is there. So wherever there is a gathering and there's a presence of people, the presence of Christ is always there, and it's His sanctuary as such. Now, the way that we behave in these kind of meetings shows who we really are. We know for sure that we have a lot of people that have gone into the church that have not yet been converted, that have not had the experience with Christ or want to have an experience with Christ, but therefore they want to lead a life like the world, they want to be like the world in the same time as to enjoy the benefits of being in the church. This is why we have these kind of things. So these all things started in the first place because many people were saying we need to have programs for the youth. There was a need to attract the youth. Therefore, they started having concerts first of all. They started having, these kind of celebrations to attract the youth so that it becomes a little bit good. And with time, they kept on increasing and increasing and increasing until we reached a point where we now have gala dinners. And in these gala dinners, the dress code is usually quite despicable sometimes. I will lead you to the book of Timothy, Second Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 to go to 6, somewhere there. It says, This know also, that in the last days perilous times will come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, inconsistent, fierce, despisers of all those that are good, traitors, heady, all these will put them together, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. So, having a form of godliness but denying its power. That is exactly what is happening in the church today because many people have the form of godliness whenever they are in the church, but whenever they go out to have other programs, they deny the power of Christ to transform their lives as such. And that's a major problem that we have. So here I'm showing you this not because I would like to condemn the church, no, whatsoever, but because we need to be vigilant. We need to know what is happening in our time, and we need to be prayerful and pray as much more now than ever before because all the signs of the end times are actually showing at the moment. We are having more and more signs unveiling themselves every day. And when the Bible talks about the judgments coming upon the world, it says they shall begin at my sanctuary. Looking at the time of the destruction of Jerusalem, the destruction started from the sanctuary, from God's holy place. That's where the destruction began. So therefore, you should be very careful as not to find yourself in these kind of situations. You always need to look to Christ and always, at every time, lead a life that is pleasing unto God. So, yes, this is the news that we have for you. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think it is justified that they had a gala? Someone would come up to me and say, no, look at me. These people were just having some fun. They were just enjoying because they need to enjoy from time to time. Enjoyment is not a problem, but the way that you are enjoying and the dress code, the way that you're portraying yourself as you are enjoying is a problem. If I show you this last one, which is here, this couple were dressed very well. I don't say couple, maybe dates, because they are being paired together. Not all of them are couple married in this way. They look young. So they were dressed all right, and this would not have been wrong because the dress code already aligns with the event itself. It's a dinner gala, and you don't have to show skin too much skin to have a dinner gala in that way. You see, so that's why the problem comes in this case. So we should be prayerful. We should be watchful, and we know that we are living in the end times. So I will do more videos from now on, and I will kindly ask you to stay tuned and always subscribe so that whenever there's a new video, you should always be alerted. So when you subscribe, you're alerted. Do comment also in this video and other videos, and let's share these videos so that people should know what's really happening. This is not to condemn the church or to condemn people they are in, but to let you know that we need to be better Christians, and we can only be better Christians if we look to Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ alone. So I thank you with this. I thank you for subscribing to to End Time Vigilance. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, and evening, depending on where you're watching this video from. Bye bye.